Players are already ready, so we're just gonna fire this one up immediately as well. Man, games are going at rapid pace today. Is it just me?
Well, I think
What happened to the glory of downtime?
I think what we have become accustomed to are like 16-hour challenger days or qualifier days, and then 16-hour challenger days, and now we move into best of 3 premier, where we just kind of blaze right on through, man.
No, this is gonna
where it's time for the big show, where it's about the quality of the games, not necessarily the quantity.
Well said. I'm speechless. Let's just jump into our very first PvP of the day. The first PvP of WCS America Premier League as well. What an awesome decal by Desrow, by the way. I love it, as Desrow is, of course...
Oh, Desi! I love this!
As he's, of course, our Canadian Pro, spawning in the right top side of Yangsu. Spawning as blue.
Just waiting for some player to put like an icon with their Twitter name on there. It's like @Desrow.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty smart too.
Of course, Axiom's Alicia is our red Protoss, spawning on the left bottom side of the map. No decal for him just yet. Just a matter of time though.
I'm such a huge fan of the decals. Like, such a small little thing that makes such a positive impact on the game. I love it. Absolutely love it. Desi's such a good sport too. When he when we did the group selection show, I put the panda face picture of Desi up on the screen, and he laughed really loud. Had a good chuckle with it. I've had a lot of fun kind of interacting with Desrow as in the ramp up to this Premier League, because he's been very excited about being a part of it, and he's been very willing to work with us.
Of course, Alicia is one of the players that was already part of WCS America in 2013. Desrow made it to Challenger League once in 2013, but he wasn't able to make it to the big show just yet. It's very awesome for him, and as he said, he's been very excited, because let's not forget, Desrow already secured himself, of course, just like Alicia, of $2,000, and it could still be so much more. If they make it to round 16, it's at least $3,000, and if they make it to the quarterfinals, well then you can start booking that trip to Vegas, because then you're balling.
Ball so hard? Is that how the song goes?
Ball so hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. That's the original.
Wow. hip hop reference.
You know, Ben, for someone from Atlanta, your hip hop knowledge is surprisingly small.
Yeah, hip hop has never really been my scene.
Ben is more from Johnny Cash.
I'm a Johnny Cash fan myself. There's been this like thing floating around Facebook where it's like, which state are you from? And like you click these answers, and it's like, you're supposed to be from this state. One of the questions is, which musical artist best represents you? And it's like Kesha and Nicki Minaj and all these ridiculous artists. I was like, this is all crap. And then I saw Johnny Cash, and I was like, that's the one.
Cybercar is a little quicker over here for Alicia on the bottom side of the map. Other than that, no real differences just yet. This is an excellent map to open up with 2 gateways, and that we see Desrow whopping in his second gate as well. Alicia is doing the exact same thing on the other side of the map. One more thing I want to talk about Desrow's history. What I think has been an amazing thing, man, of Desrow qualifying for Premier League is that he did it by defeating Apocalypse. And Apocalypse in the past was like this Terran player that, yeah, sometimes it's good, but if you're a very good foreigner, you should be able to take care of Apocalypse. But then we saw how amazing Apocalypse was as the recent Aces Winter, where he defeated a couple of world-class Protoss players. And then it's just like, wow, Desrow, you were able to defeat this player that's shining right now at Aces Rock, defeating some of the best Koreans in the exact same matchup. Of course, Desrow's games were offline and Apocalypse played offline. Regardless, fantastic performance by Desrow. Qualifying for this tournament.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely safe to say that the Desrow that we're going to see here today is probably the best Desrow that we've ever seen, assuming the nerves don't get the best of him, and I don't think that they will. I think he's been in a great place kind of mentally, and I think his StarCraft has been on point right now, and I'm very excited to see how this series goes against Alicia, a world-class opponent, but a win here would just be phenomenal for Desi, as we do see that Desrow and Alicia are both going to go with the Twilight Council openings. Alicia's is much faster, though.
Yeah, Desrow's Stalkers are going to be out a little quicker, but Alicia is indeed going to have Blink a little quicker. Then again, it's very hard to just straight up win with Blink. Desrow is going to wipe in the robotics facility now as well, so he's gonna play this very safe, and the same can be said on the other side of the map. So very identical openings, other than the fact that the Twilight and the Stalkers are kind of reversed. Either way, this is a very straight up game so far, man. May the best player win. No builder luck this time.
Man, the cheesy nerd in me wants to see Warp Prism DTs, and we still haven't seen Blink. There it is. The cheesy nerd in me is never going to make it as a high-level Protoss player.
You see Alicia taking a small risk, as he's also wiping in his third gateway. No robotics facility just yet. He scouted early on, he saw the 2 gateways, so perhaps he's just saying like, ah, that's going to give me enough time. Well, Desrow, you're playing with fire here a little bit. He does get a great scout off, and he's forced to recall. Not that worried about what could have potentially been happening, as the Mothership Core did see everything. Still though, no photon overcharge now for a while. He's chrono boosting out this Immortal immediately, which I love because he scouted the fact like, hey, there are 3 gateways over there, the Twilight's already done, he was perhaps even chrono boosting while the Mothership Core had vision on it. So Desrow knows that it's very possible that Alicia is going to be on his side of the map soon with a bunch of Blink Stalkers, but if you have 2 Immortals, you'll be more than fine.
One of the best indicators of greatness in a StarCraft player is how well they scout. And Desrow showing us a bit of sparkle there, as he does manage to see everything going on in Alicia's base. And that will allow him to get nice and prepped for it. He's already got a single Immortal out. Yeah, he does. And he's working on his second one. Yeah. It's going to be very difficult for Alicia to do any real damage here.
Yep, Desrow shouldn't be overly safe though. It's a little hard for him to scout because he didn't have a single sentry out on the map. He's going to see the first stalkers right now, and he's already sending out another probe. And it seems like this probe is indeed planning on dropping a Nexus, which I love. That would make me very excited because that would be the absolute correct call. Of course, Alicia making the correct call over here on the right bottom side of the map as well. Dropping that Nexus even before anything really happened.
Yes, sir, that's exactly right. With Blink finishing up right now for Desrow, he's going to be in a very fine position. Where's that Nexus, though, Desrow? You're really taking your time with it.
He lost the pylon, now he's going to rebuild the pylon at first. This is a little tricky. Alicia could maybe get high ground vision soon. Does he have something that's going to give him high ground vision? Hallucinated Phoenix? No, he's going to wait for the Observer. He will find one Stalker out of position. Desrow with the forward blink has superior numbers. Going to get a Stalker for free.
That's great. Gets a Stalker. He's going to pick off the pylon here. That's going to make it harder for Alicia to maintain this presence out on the map. But the thing that Alicia has way in his favor is just the expansion timing. His Nexus is finished before Desrow's has begun. And that is a very uncomfortable position for the Panda Toss.
It's one of the only annoying things when you open in the way that Desrow did, which is like not necessarily like a flaw of the build, because the build is good, but he needs like a probe to identify if there is indeed a Nexus on the other side of the map, because you give up a little bit of map vision. The Mothership Core gets a scout off early on, but you don't have any sentries, so it's not that you can hallucinate the Phoenix. You just don't have gas for that. And we can see Desrow even sacrificing a Stalker, as he really wants to see, is there a Nexus? And to his disappointment, he saw it's already completed.
And what can he do about it? He's got an Immortal.
He has to be very careful here.
He does not want to be pushing into these sentries. Force field would be devastating. And now there's no longer an Immortal lead, so he's just got to get out of there.
Even work account, but of course from this point on, Alicia is going to produce probes 2 at a time, so you can say that he's sort of in the driver's seat. I love how quickly Alicia got these Immortals out as well, because relying on only Blink Stalkers to be defensive against an Immortal Gateway army is pretty scary as well. But if the Immortal count is even, including a Photon Overcharge, there are maybe some defensive force field.
Yeah,
there's just no way that Desrow can break this.
Exactly. No way, in no way is that a winnable fight. Desrow is going to stay out on the map, though, wanting to just be a nuisance. As looks like Alicia's going to continue to scout by sending hallucinations around the map, but it's not really too much there for him to see. Nothing. He should be able to deduce exactly what he's up against. He knows his expansion is fast. Oh! Blinking onto the Immortals, and Desrow with a little bit of missed micro takes a ton of damage unnecessarily.
He's paying attention over here to the left up side, as he, I think he wants to blink in the main base. Desrow has to be so careful. Mothership Core is going to have to recall out, I think. Oh, he's going to lose it. Wow, Desrow is kind of falling apart here, man. That's a pretty big loss. He also took so much damage on that one Observer. To make things worse, as when it rains it pours, that Observer is going to fall as well. Another Stalker is going to fall, and Alicia takes a very big lead, despite this might not looking like this is all that much.
Oh, and another Stalker is going to fall, and maybe even one more. Desrow just finally... Ooh, the big offensive blink from Desrow. But it's just going to cost him 2 more Stalkers. As we see Alicia...
Oh, that Immortal Band is so low on HP. These Stalkers are going to focus it immediately. Desrow has to retreat. Ah, he's losing the Immortal.
And
no Mothership Core now as well. Desrow might be in so much trouble, Ben. He could potentially die. The only good thing is
force field either.
That there is no pylon on this side of the map, so Alicia doesn't really want to commit to anything right now. And he's just going to play it safe and drop the Robo Bay, which is of course an excellent play.
Could have been very tough for Desrow. I don't know that he could have defended an all-out attack from Alicia, but it does ultimately not end up coming. Which gives him a little bit of time to stabilize and try to get back in this thing. Alicia's just going to play it out as safely as he can. Desrow showed us some good PvPs in his Challenger matches and in his qualifier run. So if Alicia did his homework, which he probably did, he knows that you don't really take big chances against Desrow. Just play the safe
Best moment ever to go for the 4 Stalker hit squad as well, Ben. Sorry to interrupt you there, but these 4 Stalkers should be able to pick off quite a few folks. Why, is charge already ready? Does Desrow have charge? Wow, I actually completely missed that. That's very quick charge. I love how he was trying to bring the stocks from the low ground as well.
He might still get these kills as he does blink forward, and Desrow's going to pick off at least one, maybe two Stalkers as Alicia blinks away at the last second there.
So it's going to be Immortal Archon for Desi most likely, as he's just going to be behind in the Colossus count. Then we do see that Templar Arca is being wiped in. Colossus, of course, in production right now for Alicia, and Thermal Lens on the way. Worker count shows us 49 against 44. You know, it's one of those scenarios where it looks kind of even, but Alicia is in a very good position.
It's so not even. Alicia with the Immortal advantage. Alicia will have Colossi very soon. Now, Immortal Archon can do amazing things with the right numbers, with the right engagements. Desrow is also going to take a small chance here and grab a much faster third base, which would be the first step in bringing it back.
That's kind of nice, because if Alicia is going to wait for a very long time, like it's very easy to play too passive in this matchup, and then suddenly the Immortal Archon player has 3 Tempest or maybe 5, or even if he just has 1, you know, it changes everything. So Alicia's gonna have to scout pretty much non-stop from this point. Alicia knows if this just goes Immortal Archon against his army, he's going to be more than fine. But if he respects that army too much, and if he gives too much time to Desrow, there could be a chance that we'll see Tempest on the map, and then suddenly Desrow's army is going to be a lot better.
No, it doesn't look like Alicia's going to waste any time at all, though, Kev. We see him mobilizing in the center of the map. Desi's going to spot this because he does have that Zalnaga tower control, but the real question is, can he do anything about it? He's got half as many Zealots. He does not have any Colossi, and 1 High Templar can only threaten to feed back the Mothership core, and that's about all.
Yeah, there we do see the target being wiped in, but that's not going to help in this fight, obviously. So Desrow is going to need the absolute dream engagement. Somehow these Immortals, Ben, they need tunneling claws that pop up right below the Colossus.
I wish that he would just cancel the Nexus, because there's not going to be any saving it. If he does, it would be an absolute dream fight, a miracle engagement.
I think it's good he doesn't cancel it, because if he cancels it, he absolutely loses the game. Then there's just no way back anymore.
That's fair.
So maybe with a Photon Overcharge, like if these Immortals can get in range of these Colossus, then suddenly everything is possible, because the rest of the army is not that good. It's just that these two Colossus are very strong, and this is actually not the engagement that Desrow is looking for. Good feedback though.
Is pretty good. Feedback does help. Stalker's actually going to go ahead and blink down to the low ground, and Alicia wants to take this fight. Colossi doing a great job in the back, peeling away the Zealots, and right now it's just Immortals and Stalkers against a much more overwhelming Protoss army from Alicia.
This is such a sick timing by Alicia. He played it out so well. He scouted very good. Immortal's going to try to connect with these Colossus, but Alicia microing as well, still having 4 Immortals alive. That was a great game by Alicia.
Yep. Very nicely done. Micro there at the end pulls the Colossus back to his own Immortals.